Hello and welcome to Study with Sudhir. My name is S Sudhir. I hope all of you are doing well. Civics with SWS, and in today's video we are going to cover the local self-government in the rural areas of our country. We have studied about the constitution, we have studied about the fundamental rights, fundamental duties, the directive principles, how elections are held. अभी हम अगले दो वीडियोस में ये जानेंगे कि एक तरह से पार्लियामेंट और स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के अंदर, सेंटर में, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के नीचे भी किस तरह का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन होता है ग्रामीण इलाकों में, यानी कि गांवों में, रूरल एरियाज में, एंड ऑल्सो इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो वी विल स्टडी अबाउट हाउ इट वर्क्स इन द urban areas. This is how governance actually takes place. Okay, this is the real face of governance because इसमें इंटरफेस डायरेक्टली होता है. आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम है, अगर आप गांव में हैं, आप सरपंच से मिलेंगे अपने गांव के, राइट? आस्क योर पेरेंट्स हु मे हैव हैड सम एक्सपोजर टू लाइफ इन अ विलेज, और आस्क योर ग्रैंडपेरेंट्स. और नाउ दैट यू आर इन अ सिटी, इफ यू हैव अ प्रॉब्लम, who do you go and complain to? To the municipal commissioner, right, of the municipality of your area, right? So that's what we are going to study. So these two chapters have a direct connection to your and my life, right? Let's get started. Before we start, we need to understand what is the meaning of local self government. ये LSG का मतलब क्या होता है? Local self government essentially is an institution consisting of locally elected representatives. Okay, ये भी डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन होता है, यहां पर भी आप वोट करते हैं in order to manage the affairs of the locality, of the common local area. आपके वार्ड के अंदर की जो प्रॉब्लम्स है, ड्रेनेज इज ओवरफ्लोइंग, रोड में पॉट होल्स है, फुटपाथ पर इंक्रोचमेंट्स है, किसको कंप्लेन करेंगे? प्रधानमंत्री को तो नहीं करेंगे ना. You will complain to your area corporator or your sarpanch of your village, right? And providing basic amenities. So ये हो गया आपका definition बताओ, तो ये definition लिखना पड़ेगा. In an urban area, the local self-government is called the municipal corporation or a municipality, depending on whether it's a big city or a small city. ये हम अगले चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे. In rural areas, it is called the panchayat. एक पंचायत करके सोनी लिव पे, ओटीटी पे सीरीज, वेब सीरीज आया, सीजन 1 एंड सीजन 2. कभी समय मिले तो थोड़ा एक दो एपिसोड देख लीजिएगा. इट्स क्वाइट ए रियलिस्टिक पोर्ट्रेयल ऑफ हाउ a panchayat actually operates in a village. It is based in a village in Uttar Pradesh, I think somewhere near Balia. Now this local self government को कैसे सेटअप किया? This was as per the report of the Balwant Rai Mehta committee way back in 1957, before you were born, before your parents were born, even before I was born. Okay, 1957 में local self government को establish करना चाहिए करके बलवंत राय मेहता कमिटी ने सजेस्ट किया था, रिकमेंड किया था. उसके बेसिस पर ये पूरा तामझाम सेटअप हुआ. Okay, now let's understand the difference between the local government. लोकल गवर्नमेंट मालूम है, ये लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट क्या है? यू नीड टू नो द डिफरेंस. लोकल गवर्नमेंट क्या होता है? इट इज द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ ए लोकैलिटी लुक्ड आफ्टर बाय द ऑफिशियल्स. यानी कि अभी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट जो इलेक्ट हुआ है, लेट्स टेक द एग्जांपल, लेट्स से महाराष्ट्र. ओके, महाराष्ट्र में स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इलेक्ट हुआ है. वो हर जगह पर, हर गांव में, हर छोटे शहर में, बड़े शहर में, दे विल अपॉइंट ऑफिशियल्स, ओके, हु विल लुक आफ्टर द welfare and the development activities in that area. Okay, they are representatives of the state government, the local government officials appointed by the state. Police हुआ, पटवारी हुआ, तहसीलदार हुआ, they provide the services but they do not have a say in the administration of local affairs. Okay, they will provide the services and they will have but they are not people who are elected by the people. लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट क्या होता है? दे कंसिस्ट ऑफ इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स. गांव में है तो मैं पंचों को इलेक्ट करूंगा, वो उसके बाद सरपंच इलेक्ट होगा. ओके, दिस पंचायत विल गेट फंड्स फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट टू टेक केयर ऑफ एजुकेशन, हेल्थ, सैनिटेशन एंड सो एसेंशियली होता क्या है? लोकल पीपल, अगर हम लोकल पीपल हैं, हम अपने आप को गवर्न करते हैं। मैं एक उदाहरण देता हूं जो कि आपको ज्यादा अच्छी तरह समझ में आएगा। आप एक अपार्टमेंट कॉम्प्लेक्स में रहते होंगे, राइट? एवरी अपार्टमेंट कॉम्प्लेक्स जनरली हैज ए रेजिडेंट वेलफेयर एसोसिएशन। उसकी भी एक कमिटी होती है। समझो 25 अपार्टमेंट है, अभी 25 अपार्टमेंट में भी आप एक कमिटी को अपॉइंट करेंगे सो दैट इट कैन टेक केयर ऑफ द सिक्योरिटी। सीसीटीवी लगाना है, पौधे लगाने हैं, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सेटअप करना है, सैलरीज देनी है वॉचमैन को, प्लम्बर को, इलेक्ट्रिशियन को, क्लीनिंग अप एरिया वगैरह को, राइट? सो यू हैव ए कमिटी, उसमें एक प्रेसिडेंट होगा, एक सेक्रेटरी होगा, एक ट्रेजरर होगा, एक वाइस प्रेसिडेंट होगा, करेक्ट? सो दिस इज द सेम वे. सो व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? In effect, you are doing what I've written in the last line. You are governing yourself. The committee is elected by you, the residents of the 25 flats, apartments in your building, and out of those 25 people, 5 लोगों को आपने elect किया, वो 5 लोग on your behalf, they will take care of all the activities, but you will have a say कि I think this decision is not right, this should be done. So you can express your opinion. So local people govern yourselves. This can happen in your apartment, this can happen in your village, this can happen in your city. Understood? Significance of the local self-government. What is a significant? It helps locals take interest in their own affairs. कि मेरे बारे में जो मेरे को फर्क पड़ता है उसके लिए मैं खुद डिसीजन लूं. They provide training ground for local leadership. This is very important because क्या होता है, जितने भी politicians आते हैं, अभी के जितने भी बड़े politicians हैं, अगर आप किसी का भी नाम ले, 20 साल पहले, 30 साल पहले, they would have been working at the village level or at the town level. वहां पर वो अपनी ट्रेनिंग लेते हैं कि किस तरह की लोकल लीडरशिप दे कैन प्रोवाइड. लोगों को क्या प्रॉब्लम है, छोटी छोटी प्रॉब्लम है, फुटपाथ ठीक नहीं है, सड़क ठीक नहीं है, पानी की समस्या है, वो सभी समस्याओं को लेकर दे कैन एक्चुअली talk about those problems, represent those problems to the officials. So they actually, it becomes a training ground कि कितने अच्छे नेता आप बन सकते हैं. Locals always know their problems best. Similarly, what I gave you the example of the apartment, you will know best about the problems in your apartment, है ना? The neighbor apartment or an apartment fellow in another locality will not know about the problems, specific problems in your apartment. Similarly, locals in a village, locals in a town will know about their problems best. It also encourages self-help and voluntary service ki, ki, okay, on Sunday, 5 of us will get together and the cleaning person has not done a good job, or we will all plant new saplings. Monsoon aane wala hai, we will plant new saplings on a Sunday. ये श्रमदान है, इसके लिए पेमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है. We will pull in money, we will get some nice plants from the nursery and we will plant it in our garden so that the apartment complex looks better. Okay, so this is also called shramdan. That is, you are dan matlab donation of your shram. Shram matlab your hard work. So you are donating your hard work towards the welfare of your community, your local community. समझ में आया? Then there is lesser burden on state and central government machinery. अगर ये local level पे इतनी सारी समस्याएं सुलझ जाएंगी, अगर इतनी सारी प्रॉब्लम्स सॉल्व हो जाएंगी, if all these problems get solved at the local level, it will reduce the burden on the state and the central government, है ना? It's similar to what you will read in class 10 about lok adalats. Lok adalats take away the pressure from the high courts and the Supreme Court, that we will read about in the judiciary chapters in class 10. Also, it gains the support of the local communities. There is bhaichara, there is togetherness. It's easy for the governments to reach ordinary citizens in the times of emergency. Kuch hua, immediately they'll know, okay, who is the president of that apartment complex? Immediately contact karo, so that he or she becomes the points person. He or she becomes the points person in order to talk to the people of the entire apartment complex or a village or in a ward or in a town, right? It facilitates active participation of locals as they can assess performance of elected representatives. अगर आप local problems को जानते हैं, तो आप you will be able to assess कि ये काउंसलर 5 साल था, निकम्मा इंसान था, इसने कुछ काम नहीं किया, इसको अगली बार इलेक्शन में वोट नहीं देना. So you will be more aware as a voter that whether such person has done good work. In that case, you will vote for him again. If he or she has not done good work, you will not vote for the person again. right? So you are more aware as also a voter. Okay, now let's come specifically to the rural areas. The Panchayati Raj system was inaugurated in a place called Nagaur in Rajasthan on 2nd of October, Gandhi Jayanti, 1959. The next happened in Andhra Pradesh. On 24th April 1993, the 73rd Amendment Act came into force, which is why 24th of April, which also happens to be Sachin Tendulkar's birthday, by the way, is celebrated as Panchayati Raj Day. Okay, ये डेट को याद रख लेना. The photographs that you see, National Panchayati Raj Day, अभी मैंने कौन सा बताया? Answer लिखो, अगर याद है तो write it in the comment section. This is how a panchayat actually discusses problems. The sarpanch will stand in the middle, or he will sit in the center, as the photograph on the right hand side shows, and people will talk and express their views on a particular issue or topic or problem. So the 73rd Amendment and 74th Amendment, though amendments lie, both are significant. The 73rd Amendment brought Panchayati Raj system to rural India. Yaad rakhna, Panchayati Raj system to rural India. 74th Amendment brought the municipality system to urban India. So Panchayati Raj in the rural parts of India, municipality system in the urban parts, the towns and the cities. यहां तक का समझ में आ गया? Okay, shall we move forward? Okay, ये date, write it in the comment section. Let's look at the 73rd Amendment. What did it do? It provided a 3-tier system of Panchayati Raj for all states. ये 3-tier system क्या है? उसके बारे में we will read about in the next couple of slides. Any panchayat has population for all states which has population of 20 lakh plus, and इसमें most states will qualify. Panchayati elections will be held every 5 years, like the Lok Sabha, like the assembly elections. Provide reservation for SCs, STs and women seats. So many of the seats will be reserved for women or for Dalits, SCs or for STs. Okay. It also depends on the population. अगर एक जगह पर से tribal population बहुत ज्यादा है तो STs के लिए reserved seats ज्यादा हो सकती हैं, right? It also depends on the population mix of that particular village. Okay. 73rd Amendment also spoke about appointing State Finance Commission to recommend financial powers to panchayats ताकि they have the money in order to spend for the welfare and the development of their village. Okay, hand pump चाहिए, कुएं चाहिए, एक water tank चाहिए, road चाहिए, school चाहिए, dispensary चाहिए. All those need money, so financial powers should be there with the panchayats. Also district planning committee to prepare a development at the district level कि पूरे जिले में किस तरह का development हो, and उसमें certain villages will also get benefited as a result. Okay, so all this was part of the 73rd Amendment to the Constitution Act. Okay, under the Panchayati Raj system, the 3-tier system that I spoke about, there would be gram panchayats at the village level. हर गांव में एक पंचायत होगी. Okay, Panchayat word comes from Panch. Okay, yani ki Panch means 5, and 5 people will be elected. I mean, there will be 5 people, Panch bolte the, but now there's a slightly different system. But there will be people who would be representing the villages of that particular village. Then there is a Panchayat Samiti at the block level, which is a combination of 2 or more villages. Then there is a Zila Parishad. Zila means district. So which is talking about the entire district, all the panchayats of the district. Okay, then there is something called the Nyaya Panchayat, the legal panchayat, which dispenses justice for every 3-4 village panchayats. Okay, what is Gram Panchayat? Members are elected by the Gram Sabha. Gram Sabha is the entire electoral college. Jitne bhi adults, men and women who can vote in the election, eligible to vote, will be members of the Gram Sabha. It is the general body of the Gram Panchayat. Okay, so all people above 18 are voters of the Gram Sabha. The Gram Panchayat elects a Pradhan or a Sarpanch, who is the head of the Gram Panchayat. He is elected directly by the Gram Sabha. ये भी हो सकता है कि अगर let's say एक गांव में 300 eligible voters हैं, 300 लोग वोट करेंगे, 2 या 3 कैंडिडेट्स हैं, जिसको ज्यादा वोट मिले वो सरपंच होगा. Or it can happen that वो जो ग्राम पंचायत के जितने भी members elect होते हैं, they can also elect one among them as their sarpanch or pradhan. Okay, there is also an up sarpanch. In case if the pradhan dies in office, then the up sarpanch can take over and he can assist also in any case. The in this panchayat serial mein aap dekhenge wahan par seat reserved is for women. So usme the interesting part is that Raghuveer Yadav plays the person who was sarpanch earlier, but is now his wife is a sarpanch. But he's the one who does all the work, and that's one of the problem areas that many places, many villages, women get elected, the wives get elected, the men get their wife elected, but they take all the decisions on behalf of the wife. Okay, aisa bhi hota, and that's one of the problem areas if the women do not assert themselves. वो सिर्फ अंगूठा छाप या साइन करके छोड़ देती हैं. The decision makers still continue to be men in many villages. Okay, so this is the power structure. The membership of the panchayat is fixed by the state, and it can be either 5 members, as I said, Panch, at least 5, Panch, yeah, even going up to 31 members, depending on the size and the population of the village. Okay, 1/3 of these seats will be reserved for women. 1/3, agar 31 hai, so at least 10 seats out of them will be reserved for women. Also for SCs and STs in proportion to their population in the village. Agar population zyada nahi hai, to kam hoga. Agar population zyada hai, to zyada seatein hongi. Okay, the sarpanch and the up sarpanch or the vice sarpanch are honorary members. Unko tankha nahi milti, they don't get a salary. But the secretary, and in some cases, agar village bada hai, to treasurer who handles the money, they are appointed by the state government and they are salaried employees. Unko salaries will be given by the state government through the district level committees. Okay. What are the functions of the Gram Panchayat? The Gram Panchayat aakhir karti kya hai? See, the whole idea is to decentralize political power, because the sarpanch is usually, most states mein hota ye hai, the panchayat elections are held on a non-party basis. Lekin most political parties apne candidates ko field karti hain, lekin they do not contest on a party symbol. Party symbol pe contest nahi karte, lekin pata hota hai ki किसका कैंडिडेट है, ये इस बीजेपी का है, ये कांग्रेस का है, ये जनता दल का है, ये तृणमूल कांग्रेस का है, अगर बंगाल की बात हो, ये लेफ्ट पार्टी का है, बंगाल की बात हो तो, राइट? सो यू विल नो अबाउट दैट, राइट? So it brings down the political power to the lowest level, the local level. What are the administrative functions? All public works, जैसे मैंने कहा, bridges, roads, drains, कुएं, tanks, all those are the responsibility of the Gram Panchayat. अभी तक आपको समझ में आ रहा होगा, you know, upkeep of cremation and burial grounds. Local level पे ये सब बड़ी बातें हो जाती हैं. Cremation ground should be well maintained. The burial ground should be well maintained, right? In fact, I remember the village my parents used to live in Kerala. My father, after retirement, when he went there, I mean, my father used to work in Delhi. So after retirement, when he moved to Delhi, he went to his ancestral village. So there he found that the road to the cremation ground was very kacha road. You know, it's about half a kilometer or something. It was very kacha road, and the panchayat was not getting funds in order to build a proper road for people to go, and it was all pebbles and thorns, etc. So people, when they're carrying the body, they walk barefoot, so it was very uncomfortable. So he donated money and got the laborers in order to construct that half-kilometer road leading from the village to the cremation ground, which was at a little distance. So these things matter. Ideally, this should be done by the Gram Panchayat. In many places, they are either not having funds, you know, the practical issues, or they are not efficient enough. But upkeep of cremation and burial grounds is the responsibility of the Gram Panchayat. Sanitation, health, dispensaries, primary education, schools, primary school hai to how is a school, whether midday meal scheme is being given, who will cook the midday meals, etc. All those things come under the Gram Panchayat's duties. Arranging irrigation facilities, seeds, fertilizers, registration of births and deaths. This is a important job. Maintaining records of land ka, kisne land becha, ताकि गांव के level पे पता चले किसका land है, the revenue records, etc. Okay. Then organizing village fairs, melas वगैरह, planting trees ताकि greenery रहे, maintenance of playgrounds, construction of marriage halls, guest houses, libraries, establishing fair price shops for giving ration. Then you have the Nyaya Panchayat, which is also called the Panchayati Adalat. Okay, to ensure quick and inexpensive justice to villages, ताकि जल्दी से न्याय मिल जाए. And mostly at the village level, it's only a dispute over something. अरे इसने मेरे खेत से कुछ चुराया तो यू काइंड ऑफ ट्राई टू सेटल द डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन टू विलेजेस, और इसने मेरे कुएं से में कुछ गंदा डाला बिकॉज ऑफ विच माय वेल हैज गॉट खराब, सो यू से ओके यू गेट द थिंग क्लीन्ड, राइट? कैन इम्पोज अ फाइन अप टू 100 rupees. It cannot award, it cannot send anybody to jail, imprisonment नहीं कर सकते, and lawyers cannot appear, so you uh, kind of talk about your case yourself. You cannot appoint a lawyer to fight your argue your case on your behalf. Then next we come to Panchayat Samiti. This is at the block level, and it also goes by different names. It's called Khand Samiti, Kshetra Samiti, Janapada Panchayat, and it is the Panchayat of the Panchayats, because there will be a combination of say 5 or 6 or 2 or 3 Panchayats together. It's called a Panchayat Samiti depending on the size of the villages. So it's a representation of all Panchayats. It includes Panchayats of all the Panchayats concerned. It will also include the MLA and MP of the area, the block development officers. उस block में it's not इतना जिला जितना बड़ा नहीं है, लेकिन उससे छोटा area है, right? In some places it will also be at the mandal level, they call it. Okay, तेलंगाना, आंध्र प्रदेश वगैरह में मंडल बोलते हैं उसको. It will also co-opt members. There will be some representatives of women, SCs, STs, cooperative society, ताकि सबका expertise मिल सके, उनकी भी राय आप पता कर सकें. The chairperson and the deputy chairperson are elected from among the members of the different panchayats, and the secretary will be a salaried employee who will be appointed by the state, pretty much like the gram panchayat. What are the functions? To supervise and coordinate working of gram panchayat. इसमें होता क्या है? There could be a dispute between two villages. There could be a dispute between two different villages, two different panchayats. So the two panchayats can come together, and that problem, that dispute can be resolved within the Panchayat Samiti. They will focus on higher education, health, agriculture, water. Like for instance, छोटे से गांव में छोटा सा क्लिनिक हो सकता है, डिस्पेंसरी हो सकता है, लेकिन there could be a major ailment, so that it may go, they may need to take them to a slightly mid-sized, slightly bigger hospital in a panchayat at a block level or the mandal level, right? So uske liye Panchayat Samiti will coordinate agriculture, water supply. So the Panchayat Samiti is the link between the Gram Panchayat and the bigger one, which is the Zila Parishad, which is talking about the entire district. Okay, so Zila Parishad और पंचायत के ग्राम पंचायत के बीच का लिंक है GP and ZP जो मैंने लिखा है इस पंचायत समिति. So GP, PS, ZP समझ में आ गया? जिला परिषद क्या होता है? इट इज द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट एट द डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल. जिला के लेवल पर the local self government is called the Zila Parishad, and this is very important because MLA के बाद जिला परिषद का जो चेयरपर्सन होता है वही सबसे important political functionary होता है. He is the most important political functionary after the level of the MLA, which is why if you have many Zila Parishad members elected of a political party, then your chances of getting elected are better because they will ensure that they get all the votes. It is the link. Zila Parishad is the link between the state government and the Gram Panchayats. समझ में आ गया? It's also called the District Development Council or the Mohkuma Parishad in some states. जिला परिषद में 40 से 60 members हो सकते हैं. It consists of the collector, the district collector, who is usually an IAS officer, who is also called the deputy commissioner in some places, in some states, presidents of all the Panchayat Samitis. Okay, जो पंचायत समिति के जो president elect हुए हैं उनको बुलाया जाएगा, MPs, MLAs and heads of all government departments. It can also invite people who have extraordinary experience in public service as co-opted members. Co-opt मतलब आप co-opt कर रहे हैं, आप उनको include कर रहे हैं, इसका मतलब है co-opt. Okay, तो उनको include करें. Suppose public service में somebody has done a lot of work in child welfare, आप उनको इस जिला परिषद में as an invitee आप उनको include कर सकते हैं. Chairperson and deputy chairperson are elected by the members. The secretary again is a salaried employee appointed by the state government. What are the functions of the Zila Parishad? To oversee development work in the entire district under the supervision of the district collector. तो यहाँ पर local government और local self government थोड़ा सा overlap हो जाता है. हालांकि यहाँ पर elected members जिला परिषद के रहते हैं, right? So they oversee development under the supervision of the district collector, and also पंचायत में क्या काम हो रहा है वो सारे काम वो देखेंगे. So what are the achievements? अब इतना सब समझ में आ गया आपको. What are the achievements? इससे कुछ हासिल हुआ क्या? सबसे पहली बात इससे the entire thing was based on what Mahatma Gandhi said, that Every village is like a republic. He always used to say India lives in its villages, and it brought the government closer to the people. So the sarpanch or the patwari or the tehsildar, right, is a representative of the government. In fact, my grandfather used to be the tehsildar, right, in his village. So he is a representative of the state government in that particular village. So when I'm dealing with the tehsildar, when I'm dealing with the patwari, when I'm dealing with the local policeman, sub-inspector, I am dealing with the government. So it brings this government closer to the people. The Rural Development Ministry implements programs under the Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana, which is giving employment. Rural development is providing employment to people in the villages. The District Rural Development Agencies, which is DRDA, which is a very important agency, it releases funds to Gram Panchayats ताकि Gram Panchayat को कोई सड़क बनानी हो, कोई दीवार बनानी हो, ताकि encroachments ना हो, उस सब के लिए they will give it under the Jawahar Gram Samriddhi Yojana. Samriddhi means progress. It also is to create village infrastructure, and the important keyword here is demand driven. हर गांव को ऐसा नहीं है कि सभी गांवों को एक एक कुआं दे दो, ऐसा नहीं होगा. इस गांव को 5 कुओं की जरूरत है तो यहां पर 5 कुएं होंगे. इस गांव को सिर्फ 2 कुओं की जरूरत है तो यहां पर सिर्फ 2 वेल्स डिग किए जाएंगे. सो इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द डिमांड ऑफ एवरी सिंगल विलेज. और another village में से हमको we don't need wells, we need to rebuild the school premises. उसको repair करना है, school premises को ठीक करना है. I mean the rooms are in bad condition, so funds will be given to improve the school infrastructure in that village. So it depends on the demand of every individual village. समझ में आ गया? ये जो फोटोग्राफ देख रहे हैं, this is of the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. So what they do is that it provides ये UPA scheme में, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister, at that time they had brought this, and this was one of their major programs, that they promised every rural household 100 days of work in a year, and this is unskilled manual labor. तो इसमें अगर कोई कैनाल डिग करनी हो, जैसे फोटोग्राफ में वही दिख रहा है, कैनाल डिग करनी हो या रोड वाइडन करनी हो, तो उस तरह का मैनुअल लेबर 100 दिन के लिए, आउट ऑफ 365 days, एटलीस्ट 100 days of work, and this they used to be paid a minimum wages, that they would be paid this minimum wages, which used to be pretty good in rural areas, and this was also coordinated by the Gram Panchayat. Okay, so these are the achievements of the entire Gram Panchayat system, Panchayati Raj system. With this we come to the end of the rural local self-government. Next we will look at the local self-government in the urban areas, which is the municipalities. Okay, यहां तक समझ में आ गया तो इसके बाद अपनी किताब को भी एक बार पढ़ लेना. आई एम वेरी श्योर यू विल अंडरस्टैंड एंड यू विल बी एबल टू आंसर एनी क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम दिस चैप्टर. थैंक यू वेरी मच. टाटा, बाय बाय.